Some women are simply born rich, confident, and naturally magnetic to their desires. Let's be clear, this podcast is not for them. However, if you're a soul-driven, visionary, or entrepreneurial woman who's been on a mission to learn how to create a better future bursting to come out of you, welcome to my world. I'm Jo Warwick, and this is Rich, Sexy, and Free. I've dedicated most of my career to helping women get to their core power and unlock the missing pieces for their own unique success. You may already know me as the author of The Big Book of Love. With 30 years experience in psychology, embodiment, manifesting, and energetics, we will be exploring together the keys to becoming rich, sexy, and free. So if this excites you, don't forget to like and subscribe on your favorite platforms so you can stay up to date with the podcast. Welcome to today's episode of Rich, Sexy and Free. And I'm so excited because we're diving into season 2, and I really hope that you joined me for the 40 episodes that created season 1. But season 2 really stands for a shift. We are making an identity shift in this Rich, Sexy and Free, and it's also about that new level of energy, that new level of frequency. So if you've been through the journey, you can go back and visit anything in season 1, but from this point forward we are holding a new energy, and I'm super excited about that. So today, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about wealth is a lifestyle, okay? And this is a real understanding of the shift. A lot of people think that wealth comes by chasing money, and when I get the money, I will live a life that does dun 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 dun. But when we think about dieting is when we want a quick fix, we want it now, we want it to stay. And yet we all know what happens is you get the yo-yo experience. You lose weight, it stays off for a minute, you feel fabulous, and then eventually it starts creeping because old patterns are there, old mindset is still there, and it was just a band-aid for a moment and you saw a result. And because you had to work really hard at it as well, and you also had to deny yourself pleasure. So what happens is that you end up yo-yoing. And so then you feel deep shame, you feel deep guilt, you struggle, you get into a fight. It's the same cycle over and over again. The same happens with money. What happens is if we don't understand that wealth is a lifestyle shift, it's a shift that has to happen in the way that you're living, not it's a lifestyle shift because I bought a boat or it's a lifestyle shift because I bought a big house and mortgaged myself to the hilt and then I just have 4 tons of debt. It is not about what externally is happening. It is about how you are showing up and how you respond to other people, to other circumstances, how you're responding when you're meeting the old news of life as it has been playing out for a while. Because the law of attraction, the way we shift our expansive, creative, amazing life that we get to live, is that we've got to understand there is always a lag in the physical manifestations, which is also where people fall down, because they go, oh, I think I did the mind thing and I thought really good thoughts and I thought about the fact that I'm rich, and they didn't see anything. That's not going to work because you're not embodying it, you're not feeling it, you're not experiencing what it's like when it's here already. There are a few things missing in that point. But number 2 is because when it doesn't happen immediately, then you feel like, oh, well, it's not working, and then you give up, which is just like dieting. If you were to approach it like the idea of dieting, oh my God, well, if I stop eating for this week and then I do fuck ton of exercise and then I might just see a result and I might lose 5 pounds by the end of the week. The truth is you can lose 5 pounds through water retention. Every woman would tell you there are times in the month when you have 5 pounds more and 5 pounds less. When you do it from that action that's stressful and struggly and instant results, you are coming from a teenage phase, and you are also coming from a dependency phase, because you're coming from, I am not empowered. It's like, oh, I want to take a bit of power. I want to feel an instant feeling of power. So I'm going to take these actions, but the actions come with sacrifice instead of pleasure. They come with withholding instead of expansion. When you're wanting to move into more wealth, wealth is about shifting into overflow. I've just read this amazing book, and there's a line in it that I loved where people get to a point where they're like, oh, I really want to have 1 million, I want to have 1 million, I want to have 1 million, and they do all the things to get that 1 million, and then when they reach that 1 million, they then stop doing all the things that got them there. They then are so busy holding on to the limit that they got to, that they're so afraid of losing what they've got, that they don't know how to expand. And that's kind of also what happens in dieting, that people are so obsessed. You know, you can get, oh my God, well, I got down to this amount and now I've got to stay here. But your body is an ever-evolving thing. You are an overflowing, expanding, creating thing. As a creature, we are designed to keep expanding and growing like nature. So there's a conflict there. And it's that conflict where we get stuck in our psychological, biological, energetic development. And so we can end up in this cycle of going, I don't have any power. I try to get power by being forceful. I get some result, but it doesn't stay. Then I feel like I'm powerless. And then I go around the cycle again. So then I get more aggressive because I try again and I get some result, but it comes at a huge amount of cost of energy. And then it doesn't stay. And then I feel like I failed again, and we go round and round and round. Now, I have played that pattern out with money. I've played it out with my body. I've played it out, as we all have, because it's part of our natural development. The problem is when we don't know how to move beyond it, or we fall back into those cycles of repeating that pattern, because it's so ingrained in us to think that force is the way that we change things, but it's not. It's shifting our lifestyle. It becomes a way of being, and that's what the secret is always to healthy living, is everybody knows in truth it's not about radical dieting. You will hear on Weight Watchers and all of those sort of people, it's about how you live day to day, and exactly the same. Our mind needs to know that there is a consistency. Our body needs to know there's a consistency. And we need to step into changing the way that we're being now to see the results. It's not, I will eventually have a really nice time when I get to a size 10 or a size 8 or a size 6 or whatever. I'll finally get to have sex. I'll get to have fun. I get to have pleasure. I get to have these things. You'll never have them. You'll never have them. So these patterns that we play out have to be shifted for us to embody a new level of wealth and experience a new level of relationship with money, but also flow of money. So money can come and can flow out. You can hold on to it. You can be in a healthy relationship with it. It's good to be able to pay for things and exchange stuff. It's healthy. It feels good to you because you know that there's always more money. There's more money. There's more money. And that you're also really good at holding money lightly, not controlling it, but holding money lightly and letting it grow and expand and cultivate. So it takes a shift in the way that you're showing up. And that takes slowing down. It takes being really present. It takes coming into the now. It takes shifting how you feel in your body, trusting your body. It takes you maturing your energy about how you respond every single time you come up against where it hasn't changed yet, or up against somebody else's drama, or up against somebody else's pressure. Pressure for me is a big thing as a projector, and I had to just clear up some more stuff today, as ever, because when we go to a next level and next level and next level, it gets squeezed. Now, I've got squeezed today because it's the official start of the Rich Femme evolution. This is a membership I have dreamt about for 10 years. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited what's been channeling all through this week. I dropped in the first activations today for the beautiful women who are in the group. It's an ongoing membership, and that's the shift for me, because in the past, my stuff always had a time stamp on it. I either did short intensives, I did 3-month things. I work with one-to-one people longer, but as in my programs, all my digital programs, if you buy any of my digital programs, they're all 30 days long, because that's where I was. It wasn't about that I couldn't do longer. It's because I didn't like the pressure of ongoing commitment. And that's not the case anymore. And also there's this thing of, oh, can I hold that space? And I was playing with that today. My wealth identity has changed completely. I was talking about this inside the Rich Femme. Today we were talking about what comes up when you take that step. You've invested in something. You've followed your soul. You've followed your inner goddess. You've leapt forward. And then your body goes, I still have some old patterns. What do we do with this now? And you have to do a bit of fine tuning. And I did the same, because I always do when I'm teaching. I do it as well. We just do it all on different layers and levels. And so I had to do a bit of tidying up myself. I had to go, is this true? Is this true? This fear of pressure? No, it's not true anymore. My body doesn't feel that fear anymore. And if it did, when I had anything that I was going, what's also true? What do I also know? And the difference is now, is many years on, is that I deeply trust my body. I deeply trust my ability to do boundaries. I deeply trust my capacity to say no. So yes, I know when I can feel when I'm in flow and when I'm not. My skills are so fucking harnessed. So it's like, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. And so when looking at your own wealth identity shift to the next level, sometimes we have to acknowledge that we've fully outgrown the path that we've been taking. And the reason it feels so fucking frustrating is that you're doing the same behaviour over and over again. Einstein's comment, do the same thing over again, expect a different response is the sign of insanity. And yet we do it all the time. We're using patterns for the version of you that you have completely outgrown. You've probably been doing self-development work in one way or the other, and you've outgrown this person you were 5 years ago, and yet you're using the same patterns. Maybe, I think a really good example is always like, when we go into a new relationship, taking the same crap from a previous relationship. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but I recently watched Married at First Sight Australia, and there was a perfect example on there where this girl had the most insane reaction to something that I was like, that was kind of like, okay, that sounds logical, that makes sense. I didn't see, because I'm totally secure in myself, and yet she was like, oh my God, all of her crap from the past, which she clearly hadn't dealt with, she just dumped on this guy. And it was such an example. It's like, if you don't take charge of yourself, you just dump the same shit. And what we don't realise is that we're sometimes unconsciously doing exactly the same behaviour. And yet our body will always tell us, if we're prepared to look at our behaviour and go, but is that true? Should I have done that? Was that right? We'll recognise that actually we've outgrown that behaviour. It's just an automatic habit that our brain has gone, oh no, that's the path we need to take. That's the neuro pathway. But our body's going, sorry, that I've outgrown that. I don't need that. So there is a shift. And in that, when you do shift your identity, when you do shift your lifestyle and allow the lifestyle shift, and a big part of that, as I said, is slowing down, is creating spaciousness, is learning to feel your own rhythm and flow. It's giving yourself permission to be the woman that you are, not what everybody else thinks you should be, and working in your own success flow, which helps if you understand your human design, but also knowing it energetically and psychologically, that you can be like, no, I can self-lead. And this is the era of self-leading. You will hear it everywhere. It's become the conscious awareness that we need to start self-leading. I have been talking about this for a long time, which makes me chuckle, but I have been saying it in different ways. We need to mature ourselves. We need to take self-responsibility if you want to not be playing out the same patterns that your parents taught you, that your ancestors taught you, that the past taught you, that you did 20 years ago. We're in a very different frequency. The world is in a different frequency. There is a very different set of paradigms you can be riding on and available to you if you're prepared to do the shifts in your wealth identity. And when you do that, you start to celebrate what is amazing. And today I posted about a whole load of celebrations. One was the Rich Femme evolution. The reason that's happening now is because I am ready. I am ready. I dreamt about it. I've tried it in different ways. I've expanded, but I am ready. I am ready. I am ready to hold this level of 100 women inside Rich Femme Evolution. That is how I see it. It's an ongoing membership space. Hold the women in that space because I am ready. I celebrated things like I swam out to the buoy today in the sea, and I'm also celebrating that I went yesterday to have a contact lens session. And this has been something I've been afraid of. And I was like, no, I can do this. I can do this. I celebrated women coming into the Rich Femme Evolution, which is really exciting. It's so wonderful when people enter my world and pay and joy. And I love all that. I love meeting new women and new women coming in, people listening to my stuff and joining me in all my spaces. I also celebrated that we did 40 sessions. That was amazing. So I did this whole list and I was like, but above all, I feel so secure. I feel so happy. I feel so joyful. I feel so amazing. I feel the best I've ever been in my life. And I feel so ready for life in a way that I have never been before. And I'm so excited about everything that's coming, everything that's unfolding, everything that I'm doing now. I feel it. I am it. I'm choosing it. And in my day I'm moving through in sunshine and sea swims and working outside and traveling and just doing amazing things and connections and love. It's wonderful. And yet I had a bit of a resistance of going, oh my God, should I share that? This voice in my head was going, oh, that's not enough. Because we think, oh, we're only in success if we're going, oh, I've achieved £1 million today, or I suddenly dropped to a size 6 overnight, or I'm married. It's like the only things we can celebrate are these epic milestones, big things. But the truth is, it's not what we want. What we want is a wealthy life. What we want is free flowing. What we want is rich, sexy and free. What we all want is to have the freedom to move in our own pace with money supporting us, having an amazing relationship, having deep connections with people, feeling absolutely secure in our own body and loving ourselves, no matter whether we add £5 or lose £5, no matter where we are physically, whether we're in our menopause or whether we're still having our periods, no matter what we actually want is that we're living in pleasure and joy and passion and excitement every fucking day. That's what we really want. And so I was like, I'm going to fucking share it anyway, because that's wealth. That's wealth, because the thing that you think you want when you have lots of money is the thing that you can have now and have lots of money. But you don't have to come from force. You have to shift your wealth identity from that diet cycle to adult and secure to wild woman. These are stages. If you want to find out more about this, I have the most incredible thing for you, the money map or wealth map, whatever you want to call it. It is the perfect guide, the Feminine Wealth Evolution Guide to the psychological, biological, energetic, spiritual shifts that you have to go through. There's full of 8 transmissions in there. It is a mini program in itself. There is a wealth assessment. It will change your world, okay? The only thing you have to do is sign up for free and then go through it. You have to lean in. It's the only thing that needs to happen. So it's all there for you. As I ever say, it's all there for you. It's here. It's here. It's waiting for you. And so I'm saying it's here for you. The other thing to do, of course, in the back is my fashion design of rich, sexy and free, all my products. I love having you in my world. Do come and find me. Follow me on Rich, Sexy and Free on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. I have removed from posting these podcasts on YouTube. You can still access it on YouTube for the season 1. You can still access all the content that's on there. There's tons of Rich, Sexy and Free on YouTube, but season 2 won't be on there. You can go to richsexyandfree.com to find everything. It is time to make this decision to enter your wealth identity, this shift, because when you do have those things, yes, you can have the yacht, yes, you can have the big house, yes, you can have all of those things, but the first things that have to happen for it to happen with ease and not be with a fear of loss and losing is you have to make the identity shifts. Have a great day. It's been great to connect with you today, but before you leave, if you want to find out more about how I can help you personally or check out any of my books, products or coaching packages, just simply go ahead and visit richsexyandfree.com. And I look forward to seeing you next week on the podcast.